A shelter-in-place warning has been applied to Washington, D.C. The following message was transmitted at the request of the Metropolitan Police Department of the District of Columbia. At around 10:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, witness reports stated that the Statue of Freedom that had crowned the top of the Capitol building dome started to animate and fly off its pedestal. It then started to randomly attack people at the National Mall. It is unknown how or why the statue became animate. All residents in Washington, D.C. must stay placed in their shelters. Lock your doors and windows and stay in the most inner room of your shelter as this statue kills anyone on sight. The police department are working hard to stop this dangerous statue. Please stay tuned for more information as this story develops. Normal programming will continue after this alert. A civil danger warning has been applied to the Washington metropolitan area. The following message was transmitted at the request of the Metropolitan Police Department of the District of Columbia and Federal Emergency Management Agency. The Statue of Freedom that crowned the Capitol building dome has become animate and has started attacking residents in Washington, D.C., resulting in hundreds of deaths and injuries. All residents in the Washington metropolitan area must be aware of freedom as it kills anyone in its path. Stay inside and lock your doors and windows. You must also stay in the innermost room of your shelter. There has already been requests to send in the District of Columbia National Guard and drills the statue. Please stay tuned for more information as this story develops. Normal programming will continue after this alert.
Hello, and welcome back to NBC News. Today, we have a strange, yet horrific case coming from Washington, D.C. At around 10:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Statue of Freedom that had been standing on the Capitol building dome suddenly became animate and started attacking residents in the area. It has been confirmed that around 500 people have been murdered by Freedom while nearly 5,000 people have been injured. It is unknown at this time why the statue became animate. The Metropolitan Police Department and the District of Columbia National Guard have been surrounding the National Mall for hours doing their best to neutralize Freedom. However, it isn't even close to being destroyed as more officers and soldiers keep getting murdered by Freedom. Stay tuned for more information as this story develops. I'm Anna and this is NBC News.
An evacuation immediate has been applied to Washington, D.C. The following message was transmitted at the request of the Metropolitan Police Department of the District of Columbia and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The situation regarding the Freedom attacks has gone worse as the statue started to burn several buildings in Washington, D.C. All residents in a 10-mile radius must evacuate immediately. Pack up only the essentials such as food, bottled water, a first aid kit, and a battery-powered radio. Make sure to only use the marked evacuation routes as you might put yourself and others in danger. Regarding the neutralization attempts on Freedom, some significant progress has been done when a tank shell was fired at its left arm, breaking it off in the process. However, you should be aware that Freedom is still animated as of this message. Please stay tuned for more information as this story develops. Normal programming will continue after this alert. An administrative message has been applied to Washington, D.C. The following message was transmitted at the request of the Metropolitan Police Department of the District of Columbia and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The threat of the statue has been neutralized. I repeat, the threat of the statue has been neutralized. An all clear has been applied to the Washington metropolitan area. Residents remaining in the area are allowed to exit their shelters. As to how the threat was neutralized, another tank shell fired at the statue's head, decapitating it and effectively neutralizing it. The remains of the statue have been taken into police custody to investigate the reason why the statue became animate. Normal programming will continue after this alert.
Hello, and welcome back to NBC News. Today, we have updates regarding the massacre in Washington, D.C. caused by the Statue of Freedom. At 3:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Freedom has been neutralized after a tank shell fired at its head, decapitating it and effectively neutralizing it. The remains are currently in custody of the Metropolitan Police Department. About 585 people were murdered while roughly 17 people were injured. However, the causality count would likely change as more information about the attacks has been brought up. As for the statue becoming animate, it is still unclear how or why the statue became sentient and started killing random people. There have been theories ranging from a secret government project to the statue being potentially possessed. The most popular theory being that it was an automaton designed by Thomas Crawford made as a killing machine. Again, these are just rumors that haven't been confirmed. I'm Anna and this is NBC News.